Hey, what's up there, YouTube? Sorry about the interruption. I was doing a live stream a few minutes ago over by my house, and normally there's nobody around. It just happened to be like everybody and their brothers hopping into cars next to me. That's distracting. I can't function like that on live stream. So I came down the street because I got more to say, and I just found a really weird thing. Wait till you hear this. I'm gonna wait till you get some people on here. This is gonna bend some people's minds a little bit. Uh, this shit's. I just discovered it. Something I remembered, and I went and checked it out. I think there's something to this, and people are gonna freak out when they hear this. I'm gonna wait. This is worth waiting for. This is gonna blow people's mind. I'm gonna wait just a couple more minutes because I think I just figured this out, and it blew my mind. So I got somebody on there. And by the way, if you jumped off there, I apologize. I just couldn't do the live stream up at my house. It was nuts. There was people. I can't focus. So any second now, I'm going to get somebody on here. I had somebody on there. Give me one more minute here. This is part 2. Bridge over troubled water. Francis Scott Key Bridge. All right, you know what? I'm just going to let this out. The cat out of the bag. This is crazy. All right. 2017. All right. The John McCain. John McCain was the USS John McCain. It was, I believe, in the China Sea at one point, and later on it was somewhere else. It had a problem. It ran into a collision with another ship. I think it was a missile destroyer, or a missile, the destroyer, I guess. And the weird thing is, they lost control, they lost power, and they ran into another ship, and they were dead in the water. Happened, I believe, it might have been in the China Sea where this happened. So I remember that and went and looked something up. Guess where they took the ship? They took it to Singapore. All right. So I started digging around. Singapore is friends with both us and China. Singapore evidently is getting stuff from the New World Order too, by the way. I saw there were, just a year or so ago, they were using robotics, these guard dog robotic things. You know, they're patrolling the streets or testing them out over there. What I'm saying is, it's awful weird that, oh, by the way, wait a minute. The Dolly, the name of the ship from Singapore, the barge that ran in to the bridge, the Dolly, Salvador Dali did a painting called The Broken Bridge. There's a weird coincidence for you. And I looked at it. It's a freaky picture, by the way. If I don't know if you guys know who Salvador Dali is. He's like a bad acid trip in hell kind of painter. But anyway, I guess if you like that crazy shit, it's all right. But every time I look at it, it messes with my head. Anyway, there is that, and it's kind of weird. But like I was saying, Singapore was where they took the John McCain, and the same thing happened in the McCain. It lost all power, went, dead, and they had, I think they towed it, ran into, collided with another. It's like it lost control of it. Someone hacked it, and they took it over to Singapore to fix it, probably to get the bugs out, so to speak, and cover their tracks. It was probably a dry run test on whether they could take out American ships, and hey, it's a success. China's got that, and they also have been taking down planes, trains, and automobiles. Let's face it, they've been taking out helicopters left and right. Now, you could say, oh, it's Boeing. Boeing could be getting a rap for what China actually has to do with a lot of these crashes. I'm starting to wonder about that. And maybe somebody got paid to spill the beans about Boeing, but or maybe China's paying somebody in Boeing to install shit. I don't know. These are just theories I'm coming up with, because I just thought it was really weird that the same damn thing that happened to that barge. Evidently, they said the dolly lost power and it went right into that thing. And that kind of weird. Is anybody else feeling that there might be something to what I'm saying? That this is definitely I'm going to say a really strong possibility this wasn't an accident. I'm 98% sure. I'll still hold on to a little bit of doubt, but this is bullshit. We're being hit from every side. Hey, what's up? How you doing, dude? It's been proven. What's that say? I can't read it. It's by Andrew Tate. What's that? What I'm talking about? Yeah. There's this too many things that they're no longer coincidences. All right. How do you have in a year's time? All right. I don't know if you guys know BCP, Black Conservative Patriot, had a channel, and he was literally counting off. He went day by day. Another what do you call it? Food factory burned to the ground. Meat packing plant burned to the ground. One right after the other. I've been alive for a long time. I never seen anything like that, and I don't think anybody else has, because it hasn't happened. These are attacks, and where is our government? They're not even checking into it. Where's the FBI? Oh, wait a minute. I know where the FBI is. They're arresting people for going in and complaining about drag queen storybook hour or something, that they don't want their kids turned into perverts. Go figure, whatever the deal is. But why are they hassling, or they're hassling the Amish? Yeah. This is ridiculous. We're being attacked and nobody's doing shit about it. Holy mackerel. What's this? These Chinese people coming over the southern border. Yeah, 10,000 people a day. I believe that wholeheartedly. And the government's stone silent. They're not saying it. No, they're bringing in more. They're taking us down. Our own country has turned on its people. Do you understand what's going on here? We're being sacrificed or whatever. This whole country's going down because our government has turned on us. Facts. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's obvious. We're being set up for a big knockdown. And I don't know about the rest of you guys. I'm about fed up. And the more I see, the more I'm convinced of all this shit. People want to tell you, no, you're crazy, especially the libtards in this country. They're like, no, you're a conspiracy guy. Well, you know what? I'll just keep my tinfoil hat on and load my guns, okay? Let's just say, why are we doing nothing about it? I agree. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Things are happening, and they don't even open their eyes to it. The government couldn't give a shit. And like I was saying a minute ago before I interrupted the live stream, what's up with Pete Buttigieg or whatever? This happened on, his transportation. Isn't that his gig? His Buttigieg? I mean, why is he not doing something or saying something? Nothing. That son of a bitch he's sleeping or something. He should at least be talking about this. Somebody should be investigating it. And same with all the East Palestine and all that shit. And nobody's saying or doing anything. We're in some serious shit, dude. And, I'm tired of tiptoeing around and walking on eggs and don't say anything. You might offend somebody. You might get canceled. No, fuck it. I'm coming out both barrels. And I don't give a shit. They're going to kill us anyway. You might as well get a couple shots in on them scumbags. I'm done with it. I'm not going to sit quiet as our country goes down the toilet. Do you realize that happened to the Francis Scott Key Bridge for a reason? They're taking out our Star-Spangled Banner. Like, in other words, that's one of the biggest symbols they could hit right now, and they did it perfectly. That was coordinated. There's no way that randomly millions of ships going in and out of that harbor and that port all this time, and now it just happens right now. So what they're doing possibly is creating what I call a kill box. In other words, you get stuck in D.C. if an attack happens or somewhere in that surrounding area. I know when you get into D.C., it's like circles. You got to get out. It's kind of, you can get lost and whatever. It's a mess down there. So it's probably hard as hell to get out if they need to evacuate that area. So, there's that, maybe a dirty bomb goes off and people need to get out of there and they can't. In other words, they're done. They're stuck there. Kind of like Maui. You couldn't get away quick enough, Kind of like British Columbia, the same thing. They were stopping cars on the road and wouldn't let them go forward to get away from the fires and shit. Tell me this isn't a setup. It's time we start doing something about it. And I saw that they had all these sheriffs starting to meet in Washington, D.C. There was a shit ton of them, whatever it was, 3,000 or 30,000 sheriffs went to Washington, D.C., and they were talking, I think the Director Ray from the FBI and some other people were discussing about how much trouble this country is in and all this. And, why in the hell are they know what's going on, and yet the only thing they're trying to do is whip us up into a frenzy so they can march in with the troops and call martial law. That's what all this is about. They're going to keep attacking because I think they're tangled up. It's a concerted effort. It's not China just going after us. It's China and Joe Biden and others in our country. That's the way I feel about it. Anyway, I'm going to hop back off of here. And I'll be back later. I got to get something to eat. Thanks for stopping back. Have a good one.